I also want to just remind you of some logistics. First off, that you will be muted to get through the information that's going to be shared.
Test,
If you
test,
have any
check, check.
questions, go ahead and ask those in the chat, and we will answer those as quickly as we can. There should also be time at the end to answer any questions, at which point you can unmute and feel free to ask. Other than that, we will go ahead and get started, and I will start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that Yuba College sits on the unceded land of the Nishnawbe people. We recognize their ongoing connection to this region and commit to amplifying their voice to pursue federal recognition. We offer our respect to their elders and to all Nishnawbe people of the past, present, and future. And with that, I will hand it to Dr. Dotson.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you. Just a couple of quick updates from me. Wanted to just share with you where we are in the process for the hiring decisions associated with the Vice President of Student Services and then the Vice President of Instruction. The Vice President of Student Services position did close, and the screening committee is now in full work mode, moving in the direction of first round interviews happening this month. Our goal continues to be that we will make a recommendation on finalists and then have final interviews the second week of April. So April 9th and 10th is the target time that we'll host those final round interviews. I mentioned that because we will, just like we did last time, ensure that we have forum opportunities for the broad college community to participate in that and to provide some feedback for those final candidates. So please consider saving the date of April 9th and 10th. The Vice President of Instruction transition process is a little newer, so we have received the required appointments to the screening committee and are working to finalize the committee members. Our goal is that that committee will hold its first meeting later this month, screen candidates when it closes, when the position closes, which is currently targeted for April 7th, if all goes well. And then transition into first round interviews. Just like the Vice President of Student Services, we will be holding a final round set of interviews for those candidates, and it will also include open forums so that the broader college community will get to participate. That final round set of interviews is going to happen the week of May 12th through 16th. I know some of you are saying, whoa, that's a busy week. You're absolutely right. It's a busy week. It's really important to us that we hold those interviews while our faculty are still here and on contract so we can expand opportunities for input. To do that and meet all of the different timelines that are happening this spring, that was the week that we think that we can do it. So I appreciate your grace and patience, and I appreciate you saving the time that you can that week to participate in the forums. We'll try and be as communicative as possible about when those things are occurring so that you can join us. My last update is my safety update of the month, and that is that our new school resources officer will start work here at Yuba College on Monday, March 10th. Our new school resources officer is Deputy Justin Prince. You'll get a chance to see Deputy Prince's photo and get a letter from him in my This Week at Yuba email on Monday that talks a little bit about how to contact him and a little about his experience. We are certainly looking forward to having Deputy Prince on campus. But I also want to make sure that you all know we're going to now return to having a uniformed police officer on campus. With everything that is going on in the world today, it's important that you are aware that that is a planned activity. The deputy is here for safety purposes for our college, and I am certain you'll get to meet him soon. He has been walking around off and on this week introducing himself, but formally will be doing so starting on Monday. I encourage you all to say hello and introduce yourself when you see him on campus. With that, I'm going to hand it back to Jeremy.
Thank you. I am just going to provide a couple of quick updates from instruction or from my office. First, the summer fall 2025 scheduling process is wrapping up or complete. We had our debrief meeting today with the group, full group. And so all of that's being input now by Crystal, and so that we can have everything ready for registration to open. Spring 2026 scheduling, yes, 2026 has already begun. So scheduling managers should be working now or are working now with their faculty to review the schedule and make suggestions ahead of the scheduling meetings that will happen this semester. So we will continue moving forward on that. College Council did complete a draft of the governance handbook. That still needs to be updated with some minor changes, quick changes, important changes, but that Academic Senate shared. And then it will go to, not that Academic Senate shared. Let me go back. Academic Senate hasn't seen it. Academic Senate will see it. But Greg Kemble, our 10+1 resource on College Council, shared. So we made those adjustments. We will be sending that around to all committees and councils for review and feedback before we come back and try and finalize that by the end of this year. ACCJC annual report and institutional set standards are in process. Mark Urban is working to prepare those goals and to review our data to bring it forward for review and discussion at College Council, but also at Institutional Effectiveness Council. And as another note on ACCJC, we just got some additional evidence requests for our ICER. So we will be working on those. I am now going to hand it to Jen, our Director of Dual Enrollment.
And Castle, and I have been in this position since June, but I'm still learning a lot about the program. Corey Champ is our faculty lead for dual enrollment. We co-facilitate the dual enrollment work group here on campus. And we are joining you on YuZoom today with 3 slides because we wanted to share a little bit more about the positive impact dual enrollment is having here at Yuba College. So the slide you see now is the best place to start. I'm sure many of you are already aware that dual enrollment is growing here on campus. And when we hear about the enrollment increases, bringing us back to pre-pandemic levels, people should be aware that dual enrollment is a big part of that wonderful growth. In fact, dual enrollment has grown here at Yuba College by 550% since 2019. You can see that in the graph. The graph shows just CCAP numbers. Remember that CCAP are the closed sections. Those are the partnerships that we have with our K-12 partners. But we also know that non-CCAP numbers have been growing too. Nationally, dual enrollment high school students make up 22% of community college populations. And Yuba College is right in line with those numbers. We had 23% for fall semester and 23% for spring semester. A little bit larger, 25% for summer. But this is significant, right? Next slide, please. So if roughly 1 in every 5 Yuba College students are high school students, then that leads to the question of how are they doing? Now, there might be an assumption that because they're younger, less experienced in high school, that they are struggling in college classes, but they are not. These numbers, these success rates come straight from Power BI, and you can see that they are consistently and significantly outperforming our general population. The general population, according to this, shows a success rate of about 77% on average. But when you look at our CCAP success rates, those are 88% for the last 6 years. That's been our average. So it's impressive, and we're really proud of that number.
Pretty good.
I'm helping Yuba City Unified interview early college candidates on Friday. And just as kind of a little side story, did you know last year that they had 130 candidates for 70 early college spots? And I mean, that says something about our program and how competitive and popular it's become. So again, on Friday, I expect to see, we will have an influx of very interested high school students. Okay, next slide, please. Last slide. So early college, though, is not the only kind of dual enrollment we offer. There are actually 4 types of dual enrollment variations here at Yuba College. This slide, and we can thank Dr. Dotson for that arrow up on top. Do you see where it shows the range of highly structured to less structured? It kind of gives you an idea of those 4 variations. Early college is the one that I just mentioned. These are students that arrive to either our Marysville campus or our Sutter Center campus early in the morning to take classes, and then they go back to their high schools and complete a normal day of high school as well. Middle college is right here, housed on our Marysville campus. Those students take their high school classes here and then are free to take college classes as well. Then we have partnerships at various high schools, and this could be a welding class at Wheatland High School during their school day, or maybe a counseling class at Lyndhurst High School after school, or an online English class with a charter consortium of schools. Or this year, we even offered an ethnic studies class at the Tri-County Juvenile Rehabilitation Center for justice impacted students. So this is meaning a lot of various things. Lastly, I mentioned the non-CCAP classes, and that's that last category where students are free to take classes without that structured pathway. So those are our 3 slides, and I want to thank you for your time, and thanks for letting us share more about dual enrollment. And we hope to talk more and share more in the future. Thank you. And I'm passing it to Dr. Harlan next.
Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Let's see. I wanted to share something exciting with you. YC Tutoring has got some of our big ask in. These are the muscle mannequins. So the really awesome thing about it is that this is such a high need in our centers. As a matter of fact, in the fall, I believe around 80 students checked out these mannequins. And that doesn't mean like individual students. Yes, one comes in and writes it and checks it out, but they're usually working in groups of like 4 or 5. So many students come through and they look for these. They're really cool. If you think your class would benefit from that, please come in, take a look, see what we have to offer in YC Tutoring. We have had over 70 anatomy students just in February alone come and check these out, and total visits of 287 students come for these courses and to look at some of this. So I just wanted to share it because I think they're absolutely neat, and I'm thankful that we were able to get that in YC Tutoring. The next slide is about Professional Development Week. It is August 4th through August 7th. Yay, it is coming up. I have 2 QR codes here, and I did send an email out earlier that had an accessible PDF attached. The first QR code in blue is for those of you who are interested in presenting. You have an idea, you've been waiting for your opportunity. It is here. We're excited to hear about it. Please use the QR code on the left to sign up and let us know what your ideas are. On the right, partnered with Center for Innovation and Excellence, is a QR code if you just have an idea. You think this would be a great idea for this campus to have. Can we have this come to the school? We like to collect those ideas and try to, meet them as we can. So please take advantage of one of these QR codes and join us for an awesome PD week this fall. Thank you very much. And I'm handing it off to Carissa.
Thank you, Dr. Harlan. Just a reminder to everybody that, we have a lot of resources for students, and we're getting to that part of the semester where our students are really feeling the the pool of the work that they have in front of them. And so want to make sure you're aware of the timely care resources that are available on our website. We were having a problem. Those are all fixed, and everyone should have full access to those tiles and the resources available. They have online counseling services, well-being workshops, as well as online resources for our students in our Timely Care app. Please encourage your students to check that out. And I also want to make sure and remind everyone that we have resources for both physical and mental well-being here at the Marysville campus. Students can make an appointment for our health clinic here on Mondays and Thursdays, as well as a Harmony Health counselor on Mondays and Thursdays. So please share this information widely so our students can really take advantage of the resources we have available both online and in person, so that they can show up to class with their best foot forward. And so I will be back, but I will pass it on right now to Chris.
If Chris could unmute, that would work. So I just wanted to let you all know that it's time for student associated student elections. And you can see I have one for student government. These are students that are running for president, vice president, secretary, and these are the dates. We are also simultaneously running for student trustees. We'll be at both sites. I just wanted to give you that information. If you hear from students or want to know, we are in the process, almost finished updating our ASYC website. Students are really enthusiastic. Please encourage any student that is interested in our student government or in becoming one of our student trustees to please apply through the election packet. I want to hand it off now to Randall.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm not sure why my face isn't on screen, but hopefully my voice will do the job. So I want to go over the workshops that Basic Needs is hosting this month. As you can see, we have 4 flyers. I'll go from the left to right. The first one is a healthy cooking demo with Blue Zones. This is the first time they'll be on campus this semester. We had one last semester. I think near Thanksgiving time. She did a butternut squash soup. It was really tasty. I don't know the dish yet. I'm waiting to hear about what dish they're going to be making. So soon we'll know that. Also, on the next one to the right, we have this is the second workshop I've done this semester. The gaming workshop combines whatever topic I want to teach in the workshop. It's a kind of a 3-part series I'm doing on growth mindset and just seeing challenges in a different way as opportunities to grow. So spreading that mindset within these workshops. And after the lesson or lecture, we're doing a game tournament, which had a really great turnout last month on the 20th. Students are excited for this next one. So that should be a really popular workshop, the Level Up Your Mindset one. Next, after that one, we have another painting series from the Beauty of Paint. We have a partnership with the artist and teacher, Christina. She did one last month for, what was the picture? It was a nature painting. I did the workshop. My painting was awesome, and I'll be selling it on eBay. No, I'm just kidding. It was okay. I don't have it to share, but maybe I'll stop by all of your offices next week to show it off. That's on St. Patrick's Day. So the picture for that one is going to be, I think she sent me like a cute little leprechaun painting. So I'm going to try that one out. Sounds a little harder than the nature one, but I'm gonna do my best. So let's see. The last one on the right is our yoga class. We're gonna have that March 19th with Mary Roundtree. This will be our first one this semester, but students have been asking about if we have regular like yoga sessions, how often the yoga instructor can come. I've been trying to test out Wednesdays, kind of a wellness Wednesday theme for yoga, meditation, like wellness practices. In the flavors room, today and last week I did a just a follow along yoga session to replace one we had rescheduled for last month. The instructor could not come on that day, so I just did a follow along, and we had a couple people show up, and they enjoyed it. So it's kind of a pre-session testing what I'm doing with these wellness activities to see who's interested, and it seems to be growing. So those are the March workshops. We do have one more. I just got confirmation today from Harmony Health. They're going to be doing a presentation on with the emphasis on women's health, since it's Women's History Month. But also she wants to incorporate men's as well, so it can be a co-ed presentation. I agree with that. So that's going to be on the 27th. I just got the flyer today, so I'll be sharing that out. And I think that's it. So I'm going to hand it over to Joel now, I believe.
Thank you, Randall. So good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. Good to be on YuZoom with all of you. If you remember the Strawberry Support Cake, a Caring Campus event, Marcy and DSPE, Carlos and Trio, they partnered and they put on a great event. It's time to do another one of those. We'll be doing a Caring Campus event on Wednesday, March 26th from 12 to about 1:30 in Flavors. It's the Building 300, just beyond the cafeteria. Randall, who you just heard of, Camera Shy Randall, and I, and then the rest of the staff will be putting on an event where you can come and learn just about the great work that, how all of us are supporting the students that are in our programs, and the visit basic needs, the pantry, all of that good stuff. So please join us. It's going to be a stop by event. You can come for, quick 10, 15 minutes if you'd like, or stay the entire time. But we're going to do a great walkthrough poster session in that space that you can come meet our staff and talk about anything that you learn from the posters. So that event is called Let Us Support You. And Randall has guaranteed that we're going to have lettuce wraps for anyone who attends. So that's what I had. Thank you, everyone. We hope to see you there. And I'll be handing it off to Carissa.
Hello again. Good to see you all again. So with counseling, we have a campaign right now is going out this week. So students who are currently on academic warning, trying to provide them with the resources and tools that they need to be successful and to get their GPA up, as well as make sure they're completing courses that they're starting. And so we are starting a campaign in counseling along with our student success individuals, helping our students find out what they need and making sure they have all the tools available, like our tutoring services, and making sure that they are all set to finish the semester strong. They have to, if you hear of a student who says that they received a letter, we are following up with phone calls, and also want to make sure students schedule an appointment with a counselor by April 2nd. So they have just under a month to make an appointment with a counselor and make sure that they really understand their academic standing and have the supports in place to continue to do well and succeed here at Yuba. And so please share with students that we're here to support them and give them those resources. We also have a lot of transfer services that are happening right now. Chico State is on campus. Sac State is also coming. We are having monthly transfer sessions. So please encourage your students to attend counseling and to take advantage of the resources. They're coming to us. So we want to make sure to have students there to utilize that service. We are in the process of doing a data sharing project with the University of California to make sure we are providing the most resources and services available to all of the students who are planning on transferring from Yuba College to one of the UC institutions. And so we are in the midst of making sure to get that data so that we can provide those supports. And UC Davis is having a transfer day, a reception in May. And so more information to follow when we have all of those details, but really trying to provide a lot of resources on our campus for those transfer services. So students don't need to leave the Yuba City, Marysville area, and because everyone's coming to us. So that is happening. And then next slide. Please join me in celebrating Willow, Edwin, Joshua, and Andrew, as well as Liliana, who took our students to the Mesa Day prosthetic arm competition at University of the Pacific. If you haven't heard, we won first place. Yay! So please, if you know our students, or if you swing by the Mesa Center, celebrate our students and congratulate them on an amazing feat that they went, they competed, and they won first place. They even received prize money for the work that they did. So just want to celebrate the work that our students are doing and the support the MESA program as well as other programs have on the experiences that our students now have to put on their resume and to know that they are amazing students that can compete on the statewide level. So please share your support for our MESA program. And I will turn it now to our Academic Senate President, Melissa Haw. Melissa.
Thank you. So we have our next president and president-elect identified to the Academic Senate. We didn't have to hold an election, so one person was interested, just like when I became president. So we have James Gilbreth stepping in. He's already been kind of filling in some of these duties, but he will officially be our president-elect next year and then continue as president for the next 2 years. We are still looking for the next person to serve with him and after him. So that would be starting in 2026. Please contact Mukta if you're interested in that, full-time faculty. And then I have a list of policies that we've recently approved. Next slide, please. We've also had some important discussions. We're continuing to talk about artificial intelligence and kind of implications as far as our Academic Senate Standards Subcommittee, if we can do anything to support faculty as they deal with unauthorized use of artificial intelligence. And we're continuing to discuss the policy about catalog rights. And tomorrow we're hoping to approve the academic calendar templates for 26-27. I also put some links to some interesting webinars provided by the State Academic Senate. If you're looking for more professional development or faculty looking for flex, these are usually really interesting, great discussions. I'll put the links in the chat too, so especially for the first one so that you have it before these slides are shared. But yeah, there's one coming up about artificial intelligence and open educational resources, another about data literacy, and then one where you can look at the more positive side of AI. Can you use AI to enhance your course by making like a chat bot that students could use as a study tool or to ask questions about the syllabus? And then one thing I didn't have a chance to add to these slides, but I just sent an email out to faculty this afternoon about the Common Course numbering convenings in June. There are quite a few disciplines that are looking for faculty from different colleges to participate in the discussion. So take a look out for that email. There is a small stipend available. You have to be available for like 3 to 4 Zoom meetings in June to discuss Common Course numbering. And that's all I have. So I'll hand it off to Eric Burns, Director of Athletics.
Thank you, Melissa. Happy March, everybody. First off, I want to congratulate Mesa and the students that competed with creating their own prosthetic arm. That's amazing. Go Niners. If that arm can throw a baseball in the 90s and is available for use, our baseball team would love to borrow it. We would only need it through the end of April, probably. But so congratulations to them. Athletics update. you can go to the next slide. Both men and women finished their conference seasons on February 20th. The men finished the season 14-2 in conference and 20-8 overall. That was good enough to win the BVC again. That's 17 times in the past 23 years. And that was good enough also for an 11 seed in the playoffs. Yuba won their first round matchup against Lassen College. That was last Wednesday, but lost to 6th seed Santa Rosa this past in the second round this past Saturday to close out their season. Coach Cornelius was named Coach of the Year in the Bay Valley Conference. Devin Manui was a BVC MVP and will also get all-state recognition. Javi Sidhu and Dylan Harms were named the first team all-conference, and Cooper Cornelius was named to the all-defensive team. And secondarily, Javi Sidhu was also named, Sidhu was named to the all-freshman team. Women's basketball finished the season 6-10 in conference, 9-18 overall. That's 6th place in the BVC out of 9 teams. And Emma Fisilau earned first team all-conference recognition. Softball is off to a tremendous start, a 10-4-1 record. They have a number 12 ranking in the state, and that's a number 6 ranking in the north. They will start conference play here in about a week, so very exciting time for softball program. The baseball starts conference play next week. They have gone 4-11 in non-conference, heading into conference play with one more non-conference game tomorrow. Track and Field is holding a fundraiser golf tournament March 21st at River Oaks Golf Club in Nicholas. They have information on that track meet on their website. I'm sorry, track meet, golf tournament. They have information on that golf tournament on their website. With only 3 meets under their belt, 3 athletes have already qualified for the state finals meet in May. Anna Gloria Lovano is a heptathlete. Taya Cardi is a thrower. Taya was our female athlete of the year at Yuba College last year as a freshman. And Yuchua Yang is also a thrower. All 3 of those athletes have already qualified for the state finals. Another 3 athletes have qualified for the NorCal tournament, which is a meet that will determine the remaining state finalist participants. Addison Shirley, who's also a heptathlete, Brian Brown, a decathlete, and Alex Orozco is a jumper. Next events on campus are next Tuesday, softball versus College of the Sequoias. That's a doubleheader at noon. And Thursday, baseball versus Laney College. That's the second game of the conference for their conference play next week at 2 p.m. It is free to all students as well as staff. If you have your if you have your employee ID pass, employee ID, is what I'm trying to say. Hall of Fame committee is excited to announce the 25th class of the Yuba College Athletic Hall of Fame. Pete Flores, a track and field and cross country athlete, competed in 71 through 73. Caitlin Noreen Damon, a volleyball and softball athlete, dominated in 09 and 10 in softball in particular. Her dad is also in the Hall of Fame, Bob Noreen. Gerard Prince, a men's basketball point guard from 87 to 89. And Rodney Hanna, a men's basketball player, also played football after Yuba College, ended up playing on the Dallas Cowboys. He ultimately spent 2 years on the practice squad for the Dallas Cowboys. And unfortunately, he will be accepting this award posthumously as he recently passed away a couple weeks ago. So that'll be an emotional ceremony, I'm sure. April 26th is the Hall of Fame. That QR code there in the corner there, that's for securing your reservations. If you wanted to come to the Hall of Fame, we'd love to have you there. And that concludes. And then the URL at the underneath Hall of Fame there on the screen there has more information about our inductees as well as the Hall of Fame event itself. So that concludes my athletics update. You all have a great evening and rest of the month, and I'll kick it back to Dr. Jeremy Brown.
Thank you, Eric. Uh, do we have anyone from the district for updates? I don't believe so. I was looking in the group. If there is someone, please let me know. Otherwise, we do have an update from our bookstore. Andre Jimenez is here to share some information.
Hi everyone, my name is Andre. I'm the district manager for the Yuba College District. I only have 2 slides. So for ending the spring rush, 20% of the student population utilize the bookstore as a resource for their textbooks and school supplies. That's the pie chart on the left. Middle is the adoption rate going into the first day of semester. This spring 2025 semester, we had 85% of adoptions. And so we're going to do a big push for the summer and fall before all of the faculty leave for their vacation to Cabo. Good news on the right side is the average selling price for textbooks. So as you can tell, the darker blue is this year compared to last year. So we were able to save significantly more for the students. And this is because when we get the adoptions early, that means that we're able to buy books back from students instead of buying from publishers. And so that's the big push right now is getting adoption from faculty as early as possible so that we're buying from our own campus instead of buying new ones from the publishers. So a reminder that we're going to be sending out to faculty is that March 28th, the end of the semester before everyone leaves for spring break, is when summer and fall adoptions are due. And we will be doing a buyback campaign for the students during finals week. Next slide, please. And then just an overall trend of sales for the bookstore. On the left side, the top third, you will see a switch in spending for students. So used and new textbooks that are being purchased were actually down in sales. There's over 105% of switch in sales to digital format. And so we're seeing that more and more as the younger generation come into the 2-year institutions, that they're more into the digital format of textbooks rather than actually purchasing printed versions. Rental textbooks is still the best option that students have. So if they can purchase, if they need a printed book, they still prefer to rent it as opposed to purchasing it. Across the board, down for general merchandise, we are unfortunately down in sales. Sarah Mann, the store manager for Yuba, has buoyed the store by selling more iPads and laptops and Apple products. So for those that don't know, we actually have a ton more merchandise on our website than what we actually carry in the store. So she's been pushing heavily more for the website for that as well. For the spring hours on the right side, we've actually extended our hours from 9 to 3. Instead, we are now doing 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Thursday. Friday, we close at 2 o'clock. Currently, if you're not part of our email marketing campaign, we do have a champion sale that ends today, 20% off. If you don't have time to go to the bookstore, it's available on our website, which is also that QR code on the bottom right. There is a spring sale event that starts on March 11th to April 11th, 20% off select Yuba merchandise. We are working with Student Affairs for Grad Fair for April 23. So we're bringing in new graduation stalls, so like first generation, veterans, and also department specific stalls. And then just as a couple of operational heads up, the store will be closed on spring break, which is March 31 to April 4. And we are having fun on May 29th and 30th doing physical inventory. So if you're bored and you want to help us count Scantrons, we are more than happy to take you at the end of May. Thank you.
I was asked to share that our next YuZoom is actually May 7th because the April one falls during spring break. So that one was canceled. But other than that, any questions?
Jeremy, This isn't a question as much as I just got word that for anybody that this might affect that are still on campus, there's a pretty bad accident over the 10th Street Bridge affecting traffic getting over the river. So just a heads up.
Thank you, Eric. JP? No? Okay. Well, we will be here to answer any questions. Drive safe, avoid traffic if possible. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and we will see you later.